What do you have in your hand?
My mic.
That's your mic.
This is my mic.
This one.
I feel like that's a pause.
And we're live. It can't be a pause.
Yes, we are live. Oh, just a friendly reminder, we're going to try to stay away from cursing for the first 7 minutes, trying to stay monetized, keep monetized, get monetized for the future.
I forgot about
that. Anything else? You got your lip gloss on?
Yeah, let's go to work.
All right. What's up, family? Welcome back to your new favorite podcast. As always, it's your favorite Mason, and
you already know it's your girl Kori Deez, aka Lemon Squeeze, aka the Host, aka the Best, aka a whole lot of AKAs in this mother.
I wanted you to get those AKAs out.
Thank you. And you already know we back here for another live and direct episode of Hush Your Mouth with our Hush Your Mouth family. We got some new faces, but they're not new to the show. So I want to welcome the lovely ladies Promise, aka Brooklyn. Welcome to Hush Your Mouth.
Hey guys.
Faye, Tiana. Welcome to Hush Your Mouth, ladies. And you already know we got Speedy back. We're all great.
My man Speedy.
Y'all already know Mason here already introduced himself, the favorite of Hush Your Mouth. You know, that. Before we jump into today's episode, we're going to do our normal mental health check-in. I just want to know how you guys doing. How was your week? How was your holiday? Because I didn't really speak to, a lot of y'all and stuff like that. Your weekend, anything interesting, anything bad? Who we want to curse out? Who we want to call? Ghostbusters? I don't know. But let me know. Brooklyn. How was your week? How was your holiday? What are you looking forward to?
Well, my holiday was dope. I chilled with my sister, so it was cool. So, other than that, I guess I can say I'm blessed. I'm still here.
Well, you had some good ham and stuff at your house. Some turkey, ham, some good.
Well, yeah, we cooked like the South. I don't like nothing baked in the oven, so we fried a turkey. My husband's a cook. God bless his soul. Because we eats around here. It's a lot. So, but we fried turkey, got a little drunk and, did a little hair, danced a little bit, laughed a little bit, cried a little bit. Just happy I'm still here. That's it.
It was a good week. It was a good weekend.
It was a good week.
Yes. Amen. Thank you. Fee, how was your week? Happy belated birthday.
I had a birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Speedy.
I entered the 30 club.
Ooh.
but look 21.
This is all about you today.
Welcome to the 30 club. That's why I thought you would be perfect for this episode because you did enter the 30 club and we was discussing some of your goals and how you see things, and I just thought that was an interesting perspective to have.
Yes, that's why I was so happy about this, because I didn't think like things would change, like my mindset would change when I turned 30, and it did. And it's like I want to talk about it because it's important, like the things that I went through, especially like when you go through things by yourself, it's like you look at life completely different. Because for now on, I can say, like, I got through it by myself. Like, so I'm proud of myself as far as I came. I'm proud of myself. Yes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the holidays. Just getting through the rest of this year, God's willing, Just, that's all God keeps blessing me. That's all.
And that's a blessing in itself. Amen to that.
Yes, of course.
Speedy.
I'm tired.
You looking tired. I'm like, are you okay over there? What is going on? We like you on Hush Your Mouth. You a Delta at 30 plus?
I've been adulting. But no, I'm chilling. I'm trying to get some rest. My son don't have football practice no more. They lost the championship, so I'm trying to catch back up. My holidays was good. I cooked a whole bunch. I ate a whole lot.
What was the best thing
Shout
that
out
you
to the
cooked?
men cooking. Shout out to the men cooking.
What is the best thing that you felt like you cooked? Like, what is something that everybody like loved? What's the dish that everybody was like, I want more of that, or that went fast? What was the first thing that you cooked that went first? Macaroni and cheese?
Everything. I don't have no food. Seriously, nothing's left over. Nothing. I have nothing left over. So.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's good. I had everything left over. It was too much.
No. Nope. Nah. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Sleep all night. Cook everything. Make it with love. Get real high. Fall asleep. Wake up. Eat a whole lot. You know.
That's beautiful in itself. That sounds good. I'm coming to y'all's house today. I'm not cooking no more. My cooking for Thanksgiving is not happening anymore.
Come on. More down.
Nathan, what's popping?
What's popping? What's going on? How you doing, fam?
I mean, I'm chilling and all that.
Yo, for me, I mean, I just spoke to you 2 days ago, literally, and probably like 30 minutes ago. But for the guests and for everybody else, my week's been going good. Nothing crazy, relaxing, chilling. The weather's been a little crazy. So today it was a super chill day with the overcast and everything. Checked out my second time to this restaurant. It's actually a nice, cool place. I'll tell you this one. It's called Burgology, and the drinks are ridiculous. Everything is in like a test tube. Like in chemistry class, when he was in school and stuff like that. Huge one, and it's like one person shouldn't drink that by themselves. So yeah.
Last time you did something like that, you was really, really sick.
Nah. You know what it is? I'm not gonna name that restaurant, but it wasn't that restaurant that I went to. That was crazy.
Yeah, I still didn't get the info on that. We want that in the backstage later on.
I'll give you the info on the good places. Not the
Okay.
So what's going on? How you doing? How's your week? How's your last 24 hours been?
How was your holiday? Your weekend?
Well, I talked about my holiday. I had a really good weekend. I had a good holiday. I saw all my family members that I wanted to see and love on, and I had good food. I was like 2 plates from everybody else's house. So I did have food here. And yeah, I have like a really exciting stuff like weekend happening. I don't know. I'm just like excited about life at this point.
That's good.
So my mental health is good. I did some cleaning today. I put the tree up. I decorated the house. Regular like mom stuff that I didn't really want to do, but I had to do because I have like a little kid, and I was like, "This is ghetto," but I'm here.
Yeah.
You got through it.
But I'm happy that we're all great. Let's jump straight into this topic because it's a lot of us. We got a full panel here today. And yeah, question number 1. So we're talking about adulting at 30. Is 30 the benchmark or the overall checkpoint for the results of personal and professional professional relationships for success? Like, is 30 the benchmark?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Ooh. Okay.
Right?
Who you going to first? Who you going to first? Let the guest go first. Guest goes first.
I was gonna make you go first, Mason.
No, you go first.
Okay, home team. Everything's benchmarks. You have birthdays that are significant. 1, 5, 10, 13, 16, 21, 25. Well, I think I forgot 18. There's certain birthdays that hold some sort of significance in life. It's a rule of passing. 16 for most of us is a age of passing where you go from being a child to being an adult. It's very important for women to have their sweet 16s. In the Spanish culture, 15 is that age. So I think 30 also holds significance as far as when you take some self-assessment as where you are in life, where you're going personally, professionally, and just look into yourself and see where you're at. So you got to take stock of yourself. It's no longer being a kid. You're no longer super young. You got to, think about other things like, your 401k, retirement, money, things that you didn't think about as much previously, paying your rent, all that stuff you got to think about a little bit more seriously after 30. So it is definitely an age of reflection.
I
Okay.
totally agree with everything you said. Everything.
Okay, because you just turned 30 and you said that.
Good.
Oh,
You're reflecting.
I say that because when I turned 30, I felt like my mind switched. Like it was just like, all right, wake up. Because at this age, it's like you're not turning 20, you're turning 30. You was 20 10 years ago. You can't be that same person you was 10 years ago. So I feel like at 30, my mind switched. But then again, you can say like at 40, my mind gonna switch something else. I just feel like, yeah, 30 is the benchmark because this is where you start thinking about the future. Because now I'm thinking about, dang, 10 years from now, I'll be 40, 20 years, it's going to go up. So my mind just going to keep on basically, so I feel like, but at 20, it didn't gravitate like this. At 20, I was thinking like, oh, it's time to party. Now I'm like, I got to pay rent. Like, it's just different. But I totally agree with everything you said.
Okay, Brooklyn.
I agree to disagree. Due to the fact that I lived a different life, like you said, 18, 20, 21, that's when it should click. It should be clicking and it should click hard, because for the ones who wasn't granted that silver spoon, what you going to do tomorrow? How you going to eat tomorrow? You ain't got no eat better tomorrow card. You don't know nobody to help you get that eat better tomorrow card to get you to, all right, I got to go get this job at McDonald's. Or 25, like you said, you get to these ages and you start automatically thinking and clicking. Temporary people can't be in your life when you're doing permanent things. Your birthday is permanent. So by 21, my mind was already somewhere else. So I disagree. By 30, I was grounded. If you wasn't with it, you got to get lost. I'm soon to be 40, God graces, in 4 years. Oh, don't ask me what my brain going to do then.
You don't know what's going to happen.
What? Okay.
So I have this thing where I always talk about it here on Hush Off. Like I've always been a person to do like 5 and 10-year goal plans. And I've been on my own for a long time. Like I didn't, like as Brooklyn is saying. So I think I always was like looking towards the future. I know a lot of people say that they get to 30 and now they're like, oh, I have to do this and do that. No, my clock is like, oh my God, I'm at 30 and I didn't accomplish this from 25 or this from, you know what I'm saying? So I was a little bit more harsh on myself when I did turn 30. And I think I still am. I definitely do. I don't think it's the benchmark, but I think it is a benchmark. I don't think it's the benchmark. Like people think like you should be married by 30. You should have at least a kid by 30. No, I think it's the opposite. I don't think you should be married by 30. I think you should probably be married by 35. I don't know. Maybe. Like, I think that because in your 20s, you probably weren't even mature enough to be able to establish the relationship or experience certain, experiences that you should have. I always been against like getting married super young, like 20 years old and all of that. Like, no, you need to have and live your life, live a little bit of a fuller life to be able to appreciate certain things when you are in your 30s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if I'm really agreeing with y'all or disagreeing. I think I'm just like, I don't know.
In the middle.
No, I definitely said 30 was a benchmark. I also named several other ages that were benchmarks. So it's not the benchmark. So we're definitely in agreement when we're talking about that.
You should be well on your way, though. When you are 30, by the time you reach 30, you should be well on your way to.
There's certain jobs I won't take because of my age. Like, I'm not working here because I'm 30. Like, I'm not working there. I mean, if it had to come to that point and it got to that point, like, it was like, you got to take anything, then of course. But me, I'm the person I want to reach my goal. It's like I already know what I don't want to do and what I want to do. And I feel like now at 30, I'm more of, I know what I want to do than what I don't want to do. When I was 20, it was like, just take it because it's in your hand. Just take it. You know, now it's more like, no, let me plan this out because this is my career. It's my future, you know? So I feel like at 30, I started thinking more.
Right. Right. No, I agree with you on that. And it's just like what Brooklyn said, basically, like, I know what I don't want. At 31 years old, I can tell you exactly what I don't want. I know what I'm working towards, but I absolutely, positively know what I don't want. Speedy.
I mean, I kind of agree with both sides. It depends on it depends on how you grew up. Like I grew up on my own for a long time, so it was like after college, I gave myself 2 years to play around, and then after that, it was like, all right, let's go, let's do what you gotta do. I mean, I played enough in college, so it was like 2 more years after that. All right, now I'm ready to go, do what I gotta do, maybe start a family, whatever the case may be. So, I started my family at 30. I'm 40 now, so you know what I'm saying? I'll be 41. So it's like at 30, I ain't gonna say I was done playing around or all that other stuff. I mean, you do whatever makes you happy, but my way of thinking definitely changed at like 21, then it changed again at like 25. So like Mason said, you have different, I mean, your body changes every 7 years. So your way of thinking should change with your body. I mean, I would hope, if you put yourself in that, predicament to do so. So, like at 30, I was thinking totally different than all my other homies and all that other stuff. So I agree with everybody and what they're saying.
Shit gets real at 30. Shit gets real.
It does. It does.
It's been real. It's been real, but it gets real. It's like, oh my God. Oh man. All right. Well, do we have any comments? Is any of our family members in the audience or whatever? My rude ass, welcome back to Hush Your Mouth in the comments. We love you here. 30 is a maturity mark, in my opinion. It's the experiences that level you up. Yes, I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. All right, question number 2. Why do y'all think the expectations of life are more demanding for people over 30? Like, why do everybody have these high expectations of people once they reach 30? Because you hear it a lot, like, oh, she's 30 years old and she's doing X, Y, and Z. Like, why? Why can't she be 30 and doing whatever the fuck she's doing?
Because your ass got to grow up sooner or later.
Yeah, you got to grow up sooner or later. And like she said, it's just certain jobs you age out.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We ain't gonna get into what jobs, but we will say between 26 and 27, baby, you can't even be in them. Oh. They looking at you like, what you doing in here, grandma? You need to be over there in a small job. Don't do that. You okay? So, you know what I'm saying? But when you get to 30, it's just like you're in a milestone between you're young and you still got a couple more years before you retire.
Right.
So what you doing? Mm-hmm. So by the time you turn 30, your mind is so set on the expectations of, I already got my heart broke here. I already got let down here. I done got knocked here, knocked there. Okay, this ain't it. So if they don't come in with the expectations you already have by 30, they dang sure ain't gonna make it with you by 60.
Hello.
And that's when you time to sit down. All the goals, retirement is the goal by 65, 70 for everybody.
Oh, I don't want to be working when I'm 70. I need to be.
But this is what I'm saying. But you don't want to be. But you want to
society how they
still collecting those, living in a great island. You're not going to be working, but you have built everything from 20 to 30. So when you're 70, you're sitting down looking crazy. So I don't know. People's expectations is different depending on their lifestyle.
The lifestyle definitely contributes to what the expectations of you will be and the expectations of yourself. So the expectation of you from others And then, yeah, I don't know.
That's the truth. It really is. Like at 30, you just can't do certain things. Like I'm not taking certain jobs. I'm not even arguing with you. Like that doesn't pay my bills. After this argument, what's gonna happen? You gotta give me something. Like, is that putting food on the refrigerator? Is that paying one of these bills? Putting clothes on my back? What? No. After you do all of that, I'm tired. I take naps. Like I be in bed at about 8 o'clock. I'm in my bedtime. Once my feet rub together, that's it. I'm not going out. We're not arguing. We ain't doing nothing. If you not saying you on your way, no.
Yep, 11 o'clock, my door is locked. I don't care where you are. You might make it to 12.
On a good day.
Yo, I cannot with y'all tonight. All right. Well, I think that at 30, you definitely should start saving for your retirement.
I think before that.
Well, you should have started before that, yes. But realistically, by the time you were 30, you need to. Like, it's imperative. Like, it's a must. Because, like Speedy said, your body starts changing. I mean, your body changes every 7 years. There's something that I call, well, there is something called the 7-year cycle, right, of life. And it's very important for you to know the things. Your health starts to kind of decrease, so you want to take care of that as soon as possible. You should be taking care of your health from the beginning, but by the time you get 30, like let me tell you, I'm 31 and it's something wrong with my kneecaps. Can you believe it's something wrong with my kneecaps?
No, there's something wrong with mine.
What? You ain't got the Megan knees? You ain't got the Megan knees?
Them joints is going, they're shot from everything that was happening in my 20s. Like I was doing
I heard things.
That's everything happening to your knees in your 20s. Shout out to that. Never be the same. It'll never be the same.
No. I'll get down, but I don't know if I'm getting back up.
Girl, I went down one time
You said
and
I'll get down.
I went down and I was like, oh my God, I had to like bounce for like a few minutes because I couldn't come back up. It was horrible. I was like I was so scared. I was
you need a jump starter. It's like,
wait till the back go out. Wait till the back go out with the knees.
I heard things crack in my back that shouldn't have been cracking. So I was just like, yeah.
That's good.
I definitely think that at 30, you shouldn't spend time with people who don't treat you well. So as Brooklyn was saying earlier, okay, so it took me to get to 30 and for Brooklyn to actually say that to me, to say, stop spending time with temporary people and making permanent
with permanent memories.
Right.
Your birthday is permanent. Every year you have a birthday. Why would you want to hang around somebody you ain't gonna see next year? The year after. The year after. The year after.
But you don't know
my
that.
main concern for my birthday is the people I love. My sister, my kids, my husband, and whoever else say they love me. And you ain't gonna be somebody temporary. You gotta be somebody that's done came in and been riding because I'm slap ass crazy.
That's right. And that goes for relationships and friendships.
There you go. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't do permanent things with temporary people. And a birthday is permanent. Christmas is something permanent in American culture. But you want to spend that with the other ones you love. You know what I mean? So just think about, when you do certain things, the people you're around. They say birds of a feather flock together, but that is not true.
At all.
Okay, Speedy, what you got to say?
No, I was saying by 30, your evaluation skills should be up though. Like you should be able to evaluate who you should be around and start by 30. This is the thing. By 30, you should be, if you have a big circle, by 30, you should start knocking down people and start reevaluating who's in your life and what's doing what. Because at this time when it's not like we're going out to the club and let me borrow $20. Them $20 days are over. It's more or less, listen, man, I just lost my job. By any chance, can you let me borrow $200? Like, if you don't have those type of people in your corner by 30, then that's the type of people you should be working on, that got your back 100% or you can call on. But if you got them fly-by-night people still in your corner, only call you on Fridays talking about let's go out and spend money and not make money, then you know, you by 35, you and your friends gonna be all effed up. So, you know.
Absolutely.
Right. At this age, I realized hanging with my sisters is my peace, is my comfort. Like, those are my friends. I have 2 sisters. Those are my friends right there. When I need them, they're right there to call, whatever. I realized at 30, that's all I needed.
That's all
Like,
you
it
need.
took me to get to 30 to realize, yo, I don't even need friends. I got 2 sisters. I'm good. Like, literally, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely. I agree.
when friends come along, it's always, you know, I'm cool with people, so it's just like, you know, but at a time, I just got to the point where it's just like, if it's too much for me, if I feel like a situation is too much, I'm letting you go. I'm not even waiting. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even care. That means that goes to tell me you are who you are, and you ain't gonna change. And you know what?
Oh, wait a minute. So does that mean that? So do you think that by 30 you're kind of set in your ways, and there's no opportunity for kind of like growth or change? Like you're kind of like where you are. I believe
Honestly, Kori, I feel like at 30, that's my friend group, right? 30 years old. So basically, we all the same age. If you still doing high school shit, if you still doing,
you can curse now.
bringing negativity around me, I will cut you off so fast. We could be friends for 30 plus years. If I feel like I'm not comfortable around you no more, you're not like, if I feel like I gotta watch what I say around you, we got a problem. Because at 30, I want to speak my mind. At 30, I want to say what I want to say. I'm not going to be hiding behind bushes or let me not say this or no, I'm going to say what I want to say because nothing going to happen to me. Like, I'm going to be real about it. And you're going to take it how I give it. Like, that's it. But once you start bringing negativity around me, I'm like, oh, now you got to go. And I will cut you off. That goes for friends, family, relationships. If I ain't feeling you at this age, no. Now, last year, I'll keep you around, talk about it. This year, you don't got a chance. You getting cut off so fast.
She said, I'm setting the tone.
Her tolerance button is 0.
I am not playing. Bye.
We're not noticed.
At all. It's not time no more. Because I got years behind me. I got more years ahead of me still. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this age, you got the time. Get the age. A lot of people need to understand that when you get into these jobs and stuff like that, at this age, at 30, you have the time and the age to retire and be good. Don't wait until you 45, 50 years old to try to get a career job because then you're going to have to be sitting there old and you ain't going to have enough in your 401k. You're going to be sitting there working. At this age, at 30, you got time. Get in one of these jobs, get one of these little jobs, and really get your 401k popping. Life insurance going. Some of these kids our age don't even have life insurance, and it's sad. You know, like they don't even know about that. This is the age where you need to start thinking about that. Like, because before you know it, you're gonna be 50.
Yep.
And then what?
I don't want it.
At all.
I definitely think at 30 though, nobody really knows nobody has it all figured out. Nobody knows exactly what they're doing. Like everybody don't have all the answers. Nobody ever has all the answers, no matter how old you get. Do y'all agree or no? Mason?
Definitely not. I don't think anyone ever has all the answers, and that's the problem. Sometimes you just suffer looking for all the answers. What you got to realize is everything always changes. Life is constantly changing. You're constantly growing. The answers of yesterday are not the answers of today. The answers of today are not the answers for tomorrow. So depending on your circumstances, your situations, everything changes. So, you know, you'll never have it all figured out. It's about like constantly growing and searching and being curious within yourself. Like just learn yourself. That's the most important thing. Like,
and I agree with
yourself.
you with that. I agree with you. I think that's a very important aspect of being 30, an adult, 21, whatever. You got to really get to know yourself. You got to be kind to yourself. You got to invest in yourself, invest in your family and your future.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Loving yourself is real big. And I just think that that's a necessity.
That's number one. You can't love nobody else without loving yourself.
There you go.
because that just don't make no sense.
But really, what's the biggest thing that sticks out to me is to continue to grow and develop yourself, whether it's personally, professionally. Like, that's the most essential, like, characteristic that I think all 30-year-olds should have. It's not a race, so that's the part we got to understand. So don't be so hard on yourself, but get it together. My rude ass says, I'm crying that feet rubbing together. My rude ass also says, I just cut a 17-year friendship because of this. I'll cut off family if they try it. I know that's right. I'll get cutting family members out. You said
you gotta cut them off.
That's right. You gotta cut them off. Sometimes you have to. It don't even, like they say, it'd be like, oh, we have history. You ain't gonna be about that history. I know my mom from the time I came on her coos, but if she toxic, we ain't fucking with her.
It's like, have fun.
Okay, but no, don't do that. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I've cut off a 22-year relationship with a family member. You got to go, baby. I can't do it.
You cut off 2 years, the whole family. You know what I'm saying? 22 years, I cut off basically my whole family. So, they wasn't there for me. I just rock out with my wife and kids.
That's all you do. That's all you need. That's your family.
Absolutely, I agree.
All you need. Your wife. That's your family right there. That's your family.
That's your family right there. Because by 30, literally, you have no friends.
No.
I have no friends, and I'm fine with it. I got my dog and my kid. My husband. I can activate his soul. What he gonna do?
I never felt so good.
You, sir.
I'm hollering.
See, I disagree. I've been holding on for a little bit. I've been letting y'all rock and roll, but hold on. I disagree. I think it's time for you to find the right friends, and I think it's time for you to put the right people in your life, and I think that's what you should prioritize over cutting. Like, I don't focus on cutting people off. That shit fades away. Like, if you're not in my vibe, you're not at my level, it doesn't take long for you to fade away. Like, you're not going to be interested in the same things. I'm going to have a whole conversation about 401ks, options. I'm going to talk about Roth IRAs, and you're going to look at me like I'm crazy. And after a while, you ain't going to want to be around me. So it ain't much for me to do to cut you off. It's just like my level, my thought process just changes, and you fade away. My biggest thing is putting the right people in my life, putting the people that can help me, putting the people that I can help, putting the people that make sense and help me to grow and add on to the bricks that, is my life, and add on to the skills that I'm building to make me better, to make me happy, to put me in a better place. So for me, it's finding the right people, not so much focusing on cutting off the wrong people. I don't really care about the wrong people. I'm more focused on the right people. And it took me a while to learn that, where it was just naturally happening. I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. And now I can quantify it and say, this is what's happening. This is what I did. I focused on the right people. I focused on my goals. I focused on what I was doing. And in time, all those people that aren't on the same wavelength, they just fade away. Like, I can't hang on the block no more. So, when I'm passing through the block, I still give everybody a pound, but like, I ain't staying there. Like, I don't have no reason to be here. I got things to do. I'm a grown ass man. I got a car. I got, a house. I got shit. I got shit to do. Like, I can't stay on the block. Like, that's just not me. So I've outgrown a lot of those things, and that applies to other things in life too. Like, I can't go out like 7 days a week like I used to. I go out like 5 or 6, but I can't go out 7 days a week like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not realistic. Sometimes I got to get up early. I got to do things. My priorities change. My kids are a bigger priority to me than anything else, and like that has changed. And in the last year, I learned that a lot, because I used to put career over everything. It used to be all about like making money and making sure that I'm like, I gave my work my all, and I realized how much I didn't pay attention to my family. And that's pretty much like things that happen, and mindsets change. And 30 is one of those ages where you reevaluate everything you've done, career wise, personally, who's in your life, who's benefiting you, who you're benefiting, because you get joy out of benefiting other people too. So there's this, benefits, and there's a good part to that. Who you're benefiting, who's benefiting you, you start changing. And 30 is a key year for that self-inventory. You should do it every year, in my opinion, and maybe like periodically when you feel the need. But 30 is a key year where you're like, yo, I'm 30. And when you say that to yourself, shit change. Certain ages you say to yourself and it matters, you know. You say you 17, you like, oh, I'm 17. You don't think much of that. You 18, you're like, oh, I'm 18. Yeah, what can I do at 18? You could
No,
vote.
you definitely said
Like,
that.
you know what I'm saying? So it's those periodic ages.
TX23 says elevation naturally cuts people off. And I absolutely agree.
Absolutely.
Number three, we are on the road. Raising kids at 30. That's the thing. Baby, that's important. First of all, raising kids is an important job in itself. But that's like the most important job you'll ever have in this life.
What?
Yo, say that again. I didn't hear you. What you said? What you said? Say that again.
That is the most important job that you'll ever have in this life. So how does parenting change as you individually mature and become more emotionally intelligent? So I'll go first on this one. Okay, so everybody here on Hush Your Mouth knows, or in the world, if you know me, I had my son at 16, right? And I had my daughter at 22 or 23, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly, because when you get past 30, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm like, how old is my baby? I'm like 40 years old. And I round down to the nearest, like, one, I don't know. But he always talks about how I parent my daughter differently than I had parented him. And I laugh and I tell him, first of all, I apologize. And I tell him I'm more emotionally intelligent now. Especially one, because my career has taught me so much. And then just when I had a daughter, I wanted to be a different type of parent. Like I felt like my son was like my homeboy. Like when we were growing up, we were like cool and shit. But like when I had a daughter, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be like a mom. I was a mom my whole life, but it was still like different for me raising one, a daughter, and then two, yeah, it was just a lot happening. Now when I got to 30, I think more. Just about the family and the foundation as a whole. You know what I mean? Like when I was in my 20s, my patience was shorter. My tolerances for outside bullshit was probably higher. In 30 now, I'm like more protective. Like, no, my kids they need to be looked over in this type of way. I don't know if I'm explaining it right or if you guys understand what I'm saying.
No, I get you.
I understand completely and solely. You know, I got a madhouse over here.
So, how do you think that your parenting has changed as you matured and as you became more emotionally intelligent?
Well, let's first to say, for those who don't know me, hi guys. I'm Kori's sister. I have 5 little hooligans over here. I birthed 4. I have a set of twins. 2 boys, 3 girls, and a dog. And on a good day, some fish. So it's like a full house over here. So I'm going to say parenting at 30. I'm only 37. I just turned 37 this year. I'll be 38 next year. It's different. I had my son, 19 going on 20. He's going to be 18 this year. I have my oldest stepdaughter who is 18 now, going on 19. So to have 2 teenage children that are going into adulthood is very different than when I first started. It was me and my son, and my twins were smaller, and my youngest baby was still my youngest baby. You know, now she's 12. So it's different because we're in a different stage of life. They're all young adults. I'm now a little more mature, mentally stable to understand them when they were young adults. Because when I was a young adult, I used to be them. So now that I'm at this age, I can understand because I relate to them a lot and tell them, I used to be your age. It makes me upset. And in the time that we live in, they're a different generation. So I worry way more than I don't know if our parents worry because we didn't have phones back then. We was doing some wild stuff. We wasn't able to reach us. We was going to school, 7 o'clock. We was coming home. Now, my kids walk out the door at 8:30. I'm texting them, you at school? Yeah, mommy, they take okay. They texting me as soon as they walk out to school. I don't care where they go. They can go around the corner. You know what I mean? I'm parenting now at the age where I am. I think it's a little more understanding, like you said, and an emotional thing. They humans. They're just little. And you go through stages. You know, parenting is not something we watch and we learn from our grandparents, our mothers, our
They
aunts.
was wrong as hell.
Right.
They was wrong
Don't get me
as hell.
wrong. Some of they stuff, they was wrong and they was wild. And you be like, you know what? I ain't finna do that. But then you look at yourself and the way you raise your kids or the way somebody else is raising their kids, and you be like, I would never. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have to check yourself and reevaluate yourself and say, let me sit down and talk to them. Because what people don't realize, they're people. They talk. They have feelings. They're just this big. Once they get to a size and an understanding, you grow with your kids. Parenting is not something you just know because you birthed a kid, you made a kid, you learn every day. That's a learning experience. I wake up every morning wondering how my 19-year-old, she might want to slap everybody in this place today. My son might decide he want to go buy a power drive. You know what I'm saying? My sofa for some odd reason. You know, teenagers, they just wake up mad. You know, don't let the internet go off. They come out like roaches. What's going on? You ain't seen them in 15 days. You know what I mean? Food, you slide it up under the door like they little creatures. They don't want to come out. You know, parenting at 30 is different. And as they get older, you know, from teenagers, from babies to teenagers, they're different.
Yeah.
I think I like them as babies. I don't know if I'm going to like them more as adults, but this teenage thing is different for me.
See, I don't like them right now.
I like my daughter
I like them some days and some days I don't.
What were you saying, Fee?
I like my daughter now that she like she's older. Because when she was a baby,
She's an adolescent, right? How old is your daughter, Fee?
She'll be 7 next week.
Oh, that's a cute age.
But she's not your average 7-year-old. Yes, sack season. She's not your average 7-year-old. Like I talk to her like an adult. I don't even talk to her like a baby. Like I'm gonna have a real conversation with you. I'm gonna let you know some real stuff that I went through. And like me talking to her, I found out I talk to her more now than I did when she was a baby, because when she was a baby, I didn't know how to be a mom yet, because it was just like I was trying so hard not to be like my mom. Not to say my mom was a bad mom. It was just like certain things I didn't want to do. So it was like I wanted to make sure I could provide for her. So I'm working so much, but then I realized I'm missing so much from that. Like, so I made sure I was there for her first step. But then again, I felt like when she got sick, I didn't know how to handle her. So it was like she was looking at me and I'm looking at her, and it was just like, well, go to your daddy because I don't know what to do. But I felt like, dang, I'm giving myself to my job, and what about my child? So honestly, during COVID, it made me become a better mom. Because to sit with my child and to do the remote learning with her, to like really get to know her. And I want her to get to know me, because it's like I'm old, even I'm your mom. So I want you to really get to know me now that you're older. And then I just found myself like talking to her about things. And then I felt like, yo, after I finished talking to her, she's talking to me back. You was like, yo, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Like I'm really raising a queen. Like she's my best friend. Like I love that little girl. I'm not raising a baby, or I'm really raising her to be a queen. Like it's no more talking that goo goo gaga stuff. It's like to her, I be like, yo, let me tell you how my day went. How did your day go? Ooh, I'm like, how did everything go with you? But when she talks to me, it's just like I didn't have that with my mom, but I got it with my daughter. So it's like it's always good now, you know. So I feel like at 30, I realized that being a better mother was important before anything, before it came for any job, anything I had going on. Being there for her, I had to, especially with a time like last year where we had to be the teachers. You know, I'm like, I'm not getting paid for this. But in my mind, I'm like, well, you don't want your daughter to be dumb, so. But we're gonna be ready in 20 minutes. We're gonna get through this together, and to see how she, as a mother, to see how she involved, like, to see how she grows, you know, because you gotta look at your child like I did that. You gotta give yourself credit when you look at your kid and they doing good in school, and they doing what they want to do. You gotta think about it like, yo, I did that because it wasn't for you. They learn from home first, and then they go out. You know, we don't know what happens when our kids walk through that door, like walk out of that door. We don't know what's going on, but you know, you did your job as a mother. Always remember that we did our job as a mother. We did what we had to do. Now, what happens outside that door, we don't know, but we just hope that they good. And when they go out there and doing the damn thing, you know that you did your job as a mother. And at 30, I feel like parenting really is going to change you to the point where it's like, at this age, your kids are a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yep.
Always. My light going out.
That was good. That was good. Speedy, Nathan, what y'all got for me?
Go ahead, Speedy. I ain't following that up.
No need to follow that. Like, next question.
Next question. Yes. All right. Clock is ticking. Are your standards when dating more or less strict after 30? I say yes. Hell yes. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I agree.
Okay, hell yeah. Go ahead, Fee. Shoot it. More or less. More or less.
More.
Shoot it. After 30 is a lot of shooting it. Go ahead.
No, it's less shooting it unless you're on birth control.
I don't know the girls you. Yeah, all right.
Don't shoot it.
Don't shoot nothing. Nothing.
I am more mean. You gotta listen. Love ain't enough. Love is not at 30. Love is not enough. You gonna
Love
have
don't pay the bills.
It don't.
No, ma'am.
It do not pay these bills. I am more mean now than I was before.
Oh, you was a little friendly in your 20s? You was friendly?
Oh, very friendly.
Oh, okay.
Very friendly. Now all I need is one. That's it. And when I say what I want, and you don't fix it to allow you to stay here with me, you gotta go. I'ma just let you know what I want just from off jump. Listen, I don't want this. I want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. Now I'm gonna give you time to fix all of that. If I feel like you ain't giving what I need you to give, you gotta go. Cause that clearly shows you don't want to be here. You ain't doing what you need to do to stay here. You gotta go.
So
you got no ambition.
No,
more straight.
Not waste my time.
Brooklyn, you're married and you've been married for your whole 30s, but had you not been married,
well, it may have felt like my whole 30s, but yes, I've been married 11 years, going on 12. I've been with my husband for 13 years. When you marry young, we got married at like 27. My husband's probably like 29. I was probably like 26, 27. You grow together. Just as you grow with your kids. You know what I mean? All of y'all grow together. So that's really like your little trop, you know?
But if you were dating, would it be more or less strict? Like, let's just...
Oh,
like,
no.
Or can you be strict if you're married?
My husband has set the bar so high. If I was to get back into the dating world, these niggas would last a day.
That's your husband.
So high. Okay? Baby, you can't even come in here with no smelly ass socks and think I'm going to do no, baby. No. It's just
ooh, no. What about mismatched socks on guys?
It's tricky. The dating world
mismatch underwear for women. The bra don't match the panties. What's up with that?
Some people want to take stuff off by colors.
Yeah.
No, we're not playing that. I'm an adult.
Okay.
I don't need to paint by colors. I don't need to learn my colors. The color of the day is red, so now you can take over the red item. Like, no, it's not Uno. Like, what are you talking about? No.
I'm fucking cracking up.
That's your underwear. Grow up. That's a part of growing up too. Knowing your underwear, body hygiene, like those things are a part of growing up too.
I agree because I match my socks. Like I do not like, you know, it's like at this point, you know.
My husband goes in Victoria's Secrets with me and picks, baby, pick what you like. I get the size and that's it.
That's what I like.
Men know what they
In all
like.
transparency, I used to manage a Victoria's Secret, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh no, because I'm not using my car.
Used to, past tense. Don't work for that company anymore. Great company. They don't sponsor us, so that's enough name recognition for them.
Oh Lord. I think that dating is definitely more strict after 30 or whatever, because again, this goes back to when we said you should just know. Well, I was using Sweetie's line all week, knowing your personnel, and your personnel can also be yourself, right? And so when you know yourself, then you know what you want and you know what you don't want, and it's no wavering, right? So I think at 30 there comes a time where it's just like no settling. I'm not settling for nothing.
Right.
I want it all, and it's a stick up. You got it or you don't.
You deserve it.
Like, I don't know. It's a stick up.
Give it up.
The ones that get it. The ones that don't.
Oh, that has so many meanings.
But listen, I know
so many meanings.
I know you, Jason. So I know that your standards for life, period, are just more strict in general. Like Jason has stock as a man and everything. So
yeah, because it's simple. Two very important decisions you can make in life, and take this from me: the person that you have kids with is one of the most, if not the most, like important decision you can make. The person you marry is the other one. Like, you choosing a life partner, that should be an asset, not a liability. Like, that person should be somebody that lifts you up, not brings you down. That person should be somebody that's home team. Like, nothing is worse as a man, and I'm sure it is for a woman too, than to not be able to go home and have any peace. Like, that is the worst scenario you could possibly live in, where you lay your bed, you got to have one eye open and one eye closed, because who knows if she's going to Lorena Bobbitt you or whatever the case may be. But some of y'all don't even know who that is or what that is. But, you know, some of y'all who know, those who know. But my point is, like, it's very important that you pick those two positions extremely wisely, because that could determine your overall wealth, whether you retire early, whether you retire at all, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, whether you're successful, whether you're not. Like, those two decisions can have that big of an impact on you. You pick the right person, the sky's the limit for you. They'll be encouraging. They'll be able to help you with things. Side panel helps Kori with things all the time. So shout out to side panel. You know what I'm saying? And that's how your partner should do. So that's a shout out, because that's how your partner should be. Your partner should be somebody that's helpful to you, and vice versa.
I was laughing over here because you should have saw side panel's face when you were saying some of the things you were saying. I was like, did you have a little side conversation? Like,
you don't. You always say that, and we never talk. That's the funny thing. You're always there when we talk. Like, that's the funny thing.
Y'all got each other's phone numbers.
Same exact person, different bodies.
It's so important. Find your person.
And don't settle, because they're out there. They are out there.
They are. They really are.
Now, me and side panel always have this type of like argument that everybody doesn't necessarily want to be married after 30 or at 30. People might not want that. That's not everyone's goal. You
got to be honest with that, though. You got to be honest with that. You got to be able to say that's not what I want, and be okay with that, and tell people that. Like, because somebody that you're interested in wants to be married doesn't mean you should change your whole opinion now, because, you know, the person that you're interested in wants to be married. You got to be able to know yourself and be able to say, you know, that's not for me.
Right.
I agree.
Like you guys said in the last previous show before, if everybody watches your shows, you know what show I'm talking about. A lot of people don't know that marriage is for financial gain between two people. Now, if you go back to all the history books, go back into what woman was being married off, queen and tribes, and they wasn't having financial gain. Now we're not talking incest because we have to not marry into the same family. You have to trade. So for me to get this woman that I love over here over the ocean, I got to give them a cow.
3 cows, 3 goats.
3 cows, some land,
goat.
something. And her family has to be guaranteed to be able to live off of something if I am to give her my hand. Just like in American tradition, you got to ask my father. The reason why the father has to be able to approve, because he want to make sure his daughter, when she leaves, she belongs to you, sir. She cannot come back no more. Anything she has and wanted, I took care of it as the man of the house. Once she belongs to you, she belongs to you. So that's why a lot of fathers will say, no, you cannot marry my daughter. You're not right for my daughter. You got a lot of mothers that will say, you're not right for my son. So a lot of people didn't know that. We made it about love. Marriage is really about financial gain. This is why it goes on a piece of paper for the white people to see. Use my language.
Okay, didn't have you ready, but you're right.
So when people be like, oh, you married a hoe. Yeah, I married a hoe. She getting money.
No.
Me and my mom going to eat.
Yeah, shout out to the strippers and the hoes. For no other reason than we just mentioning them. Shout out to them.
Speedy, what you got for me?
Dating at 30. I don't know. If I had to do it, I wouldn't know where to start at. Tell you the truth. Like, I wouldn't. It would
Tender
just be
is what I hear.
No. I'm old school. I would like to talk to you and engage in conversation and fill you out that type of way. You know, I can type anything on paper, you know, but if you lying to me, I can gauge it because I'm paying that much attention to you. But I would think it's much harder now, and I wouldn't want to try it. I'm glad I'm married.
Yeah, I agree. It is scary because you don't know who you dating.
That's not even that. Everybody got a hidden agenda, and it's not even hidden. It's just like they come straight out the gate with it. Like, listen, oh, you got a house and an extra bedroom. Let me move. I mean,
you got an apartment.
You know, you got females like, oh, you called me twice. Listen, my phone bill is due tomorrow. Oh, all right. Like, can you pay my phone bill? Like, no, like, let me get to know you first. Like, why I gotta spend some money? Like, no. So I'm getting able to go.
We can't hear you. Why we can't hear her?
No, her sound is out. She got a sound. She got a I wrote you in the private chat. You probably got to exit out and then come back in. I'm not really sure. Or touch the mute. Check for the mute first.
Technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be Hush Your Mouth if we didn't have it.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
No.
Exit out and come back. But okay, number 5.
Did everybody answer that?
He said if he was single.
Well, Fanny was the only one that didn't get to answer.
Oh, she didn't get to answer, but she'll be back. She'll come back and answer it. We have comments. Let's jump into the comments. Dating is like Game of Thrones. TX23.
Only the strong survive.
Only the strong will survive.
That's crazy.
That is so horrible.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you. We in the comments right now before you jump into your answer for the last question that we had before. But say it on the shirt says, some people don't teach their kids at home. They feel like that it's the teacher's job, and that's not cool. You should take some time and help them learn and also learn with you.
Totally agree. Thank you. That is it's so important. Kids start from home. They take everything what they learn from home out there. These kids don't come into you just know everything. They take what they get from home and they go out there, and that's a reflection of you. Because if your child cursing and doing all of that, I'm gonna think that's what you're doing. Like, that's just how it is. Because a child gonna learn from you. but definitely teach your kids at home first.
You was over there going off. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Oh. I feel like when I get married, once a man takes me from my daddy, like once you come to my daddy and say, this is my job now. Remember, this guy took care of me. He held on to me this whole time. Like I'm a daddy girl. Once you take me from my daddy, be prepared. Cause my daddy gonna ask you, are you sure? He gonna ask you twice. You sure? Because now I belong to you. You belong to me. So my life is really we come from
right.
God is the only one. Like you come
that
from my
one. They won. That's right.
We won. Once we're one. It's us, then the kids. We're a family now. So like God forbid, I die, you die. They gotta come to you. They don't go to their parents. They come to you. So my daddy had to be comfortable with making sure that you are right for me, so that I could be good. And vice versa, as mothers that's raising sons, you don't want to give your son to anybody, to any female. You want to make sure she gonna take care of your son and treat him like the king, right? And vice versa. Your daddy gonna make sure that man treat his daughter like a queen. So we both treating each other right. What's the problem?
I don't see no problem.
Me
I see
either.
no lies. I see no lies.
I just wanted to share something with you guys on this question, and this just happened. Side panel's mom said I'm a good woman. Oh, shout out to me!
But your mom did say that side panel was a good person for you. So shout out to you and shout out to side panel. You had your moment. I'm just sharing the moment.
I didn't want to share that shit.
Right. My fault.
No, but it was just like out of the clear blue sky, and it was so funny because when me and Side Panel first moved in together, she told me her mom was like, "Oh, you sure she's not gonna put you out?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I mean, the most she's gonna get put out is the bedroom and have to sleep downstairs. I'll kick myself out, maybe. I don't know. But now I'm a good woman. So it went from, is she gonna put you out to she's a good woman. I said, oh, praise the Lord. All right, that was my little story time for today. But
that's good.
Number five. Risk it all. At 30, should you have reached emotional maturity? So we talked about emotional intelligence when we raising our children, right? And we discussed the fact, we touched on a little bit about it, like our parents wasn't right. They always were saying, always do as you told, not as whatever the fuck they said.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, all that. And whatever they was telling us, beating us with the rods and all that, whatever. Kneeling on rice, whatever. But should you have reached emotional maturity, and how should you handle your problems that could jeopardize your livelihood? Speedy.
30, I know that's the number and everything, but some people are still walking around they're still fighting that fight, like trying to be mature emotionally. So, 30, when we're talking about emotion, that's just the number right now. Yeah, we should be there. We should be a lot of places at 30, but emotionally, that's just one of those things. Like, we constantly have to work on that because everyone has their own little baggage. So it's like that's one of those things where you really have to work on that every day if you really want to go to the next level. So, therapy, finding your peace, whatever the case may be. But if you're not doing those things, just saying at 30, I'm going to be emotionally mature, it's not going to happen like a switch. So that's just my take on it.
Okay. I agree with you because I know what you're saying. Like, you're basically saying, like, no, for some people, this is going to be a lifelong fight, no matter how old they get. They're going to be 40 and 50, and they still might be fucking up. And you know what? you just gotta kind of like either separate yourself and say, listen, I'm not accepting this behavior. This not for me. This constitutes my peace, or it does some shit to me. I don't want it around me. And you gotta keep it moving, or you can sit there and understand and navigate the storms with them, right? And say, listen, I think that you should go this direction. You need therapy, or I think you need to do something more, because the way you're acting right now, you're not going to get very far. It's ironic that you wasn't in jail or dead back in your 20s. I don't know what your 30s have to bring. You might not be that young whippersnapper that you was back in the day, where you could shake out the way you showing up to this fight, bitch. You might get beat down. I don't want that to happen. The kneecaps ain't right. Like, my kneecaps ain't right. Like,
it's gonna hurt in the morning.
I can't help it. In the morning.
Right. A fight is different after 30, boy. I tell you.
Listen, at this point, I'm not fighting. I'm gonna shoot you. Like, I'm gonna get a license.
We do not promote violence.
We don't promote violence.
Well, I'm saying, like, no, I ain't gonna really shoot you. I don't own a gun. No, I don't own a gun. But I'm just saying.
We're not fighting. We're keeping it cute.
Yeah, I'm not throwing my hands.
You
know what I'm paying? I was paying $250 for nails, $400 for wigs.
Right? Ain't nobody got like.
I don't feel like I should shoot you.
We keeping it all the way cute.
You don't take that off and be fine, girl. No, you're not gonna pay for my nails and hair. Is you crazy? Plus lashes is like one and some change.
Well,
oh no,
out of here.
No. But please, nobody don't shoot nobody. But seriously, at this age, I just started counting to 10 and just saying to God, Holy Spirit, activate. And I'm gonna say that about 5 times. And then I'm gonna smoke a little something, and then I'm back. But honestly speaking, let me tell y'all, honestly, this is my healing time. Like, I'm choosing to heal at 30 because I didn't heal in my 20s at all. Like, the ending of my 20s was probably the toughest times of my life, and I'm dealing with it. And honestly speaking, I chose 30 to heal from it because I didn't want to bring that into this milestone with me and then continue on with it. You know, at 29, it was just like, all right, find a way to get over it. At 30, it was heal yourself. And mentally, I've been good. And I can't say it's been easy because it doesn't take something that's like overnight, but I have to keep telling myself, you better than this. Stay positive. Get through it. And ever since I turned 30, I've been in a happy ass spirit. Like, I sung that day. I cried that day. I did everything I wanted to do. So I'm like, why not heal myself? Like, why not continue this journey, like, of being in a positive spirit, like in a positive way? So if you come in and you destroy that, you gotta go. You know, but yeah.
So part of the 30.
I am.
7 whole days.
30.
She's not even a part of the 30 club.
I just walked in. I walked in and a light clicked. Like, it went like, get it together.
No,
and I just was
like that.
Let me tell you this, because it's spiritual, but I'm thinking I should get better with God now, because on my birthday, I listened to gospel music, not because it was a Sunday, but it was just more of I was in that spirit listening to gospel. So I woke up that morning, I got the shower, and Kirk Franklin's song Smile came on. And all of a sudden, a spirit, I never felt this before, a spirit came over me, and I just froze. Like, my body was just like stuck, just like this. And in my mind, I felt like somebody was talking to me, like, everything's gonna be okay. Like, everything was gonna be all right. And I just broke down and cried. Not because I was like scared, but it was like happy tears. And I felt like ever since then, I've been in a better spirit. And I felt like this is a time I need to get closer with God. Because if it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible. Like I wouldn't even feel okay if it wasn't for him. So at 30, I realized I got to get closer to God, because that right there, if I felt it, and ever since then, I've been in high spirit.
That is a blessing. I'm so happy.
It is.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't like hitting the gunshots when God is involved.
Yeah,
but you know
how you
what
got gunshots?
Wrong one.
I thought of
Back to the applause. Sorry about that.
Something
Sorry
out
about
the way.
that, guys.
Don't promote. No, but please don't carry no guns, y'all. Please.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I definitely lost my train of thought. I don't even know.
Well, let me answer that.
I had to share that. It was on my mind, and I literally was like, I gotta share that.
No, that's fine. We appreciate that.
I never felt that before, ever. I never felt a spirit ever, and for that to happen, for your body to go just like stuck, and God is in your ear. Like I was like, what? Everything gonna be okay? Fine.
You got to watch our Soul Ties episode.
Yeah, you need to go watch Soul Ties.
Soul Ties episode will speak to exactly what you just said and
it's gonna
explain a lot of things. It's gonna make you think. It's gonna make a lot of things reveal to you.
Is enlightening. You're gonna get some information. You're gonna get some enlightenment. You're gonna laugh. You might cry. It's all dependent.
On the week and the topic.
I'm emotional. I might cry. I cry for everything.
Nah, but it'll give you some awareness, and it'll put some perspective to what you just said and all those things that you're feeling, but you can't quite quantify it. It'll actually quantify some things for you, and that guess you could get her information from that show. But she was able to like speak things into existence. Kori did some great research, so it prompted a lot of questions and a lot of conversation around soul ties and why you feel this way, and when spirits come on you, and just things that you don't, can't quite quantify, but you could feel it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
We're definitely gonna have.
And I didn't know what was going on. I'm gonna definitely look into that, because I didn't want to go to my grandmother about it, because she'd be like, "Girl, what?" Like she just think too much. But to me, I was just like, what just happened? I wasn't scared, nothing. It was just like I answered when he said, "Everything will be okay." All right, and I just cried.
That feeling that you got after that, and that peace, that calm, that all that stuff that gets talked about in that episode.
30 equals finding peace. That's what I got from this. 30 equals. If you haven't found it yet, you should. Yeah, I mean, maybe the gunshot is necessary for you. I don't know.
Sometimes a gunshot is necessary.
Go to the shooting range.
Put off my
wiggy but no, I definitely think that 30, you should be aware. 30, you should be aware of everything, where you're going, where you've been, what you want for yourself, what you want for those around you, and then you'll be able. So the key thing that stuck out to me about this question was jeopardizing the livelihood of yourself. I'm not jeopardizing my livelihood for nobody at 30.
That's right.
So that's the difference. Because in my 20s, I done some shit. I did some shit, and I was with some shit that I jeopardizing my livelihood and the livelihoods of others that were around me, and it was not nice. I shouldn't have done that.
It's appropriate.
I know. I had time.
Shout out doing things in your 20s you wouldn't do in your 30s.
Absolutely.
And you must. You know, the funny thing about life is like tests. You get tests, and whether you pass it or fail it is what happens. You may have to repeat that test over and over and over and over until you pass it. So when you talk about like emotional maturity and things like that, you get more mature when you pass those tests, when you realize that, I could handle this differently. The people that are still emotionally immature, they have to pass those tests. So they have to keep repeating those tests and those cycles over and over. And when you step out and you watch people, you can see people who are repeating those same cycles over and over and never learning a lesson. So they're never growing, they're never becoming mature. So they're doomed to repeat those cycles over and over until they mature. So that's why 30 is an age that's a benchmark. But some people pass those tests at an early age very quickly. Some people become parents and become really good parents at 16, at 17, at 18, passing those tests, putting things in order, making sure they prioritize. Other people, they fail at it. They become horrible mothers. They become terrible fathers. They, you know what I'm saying? Like those people fail those tests, but some people hit those tests and score high grades and they move on to another level of maturity. You'll find a 30-year-old that's super mature. You'll find a 30-year-old that's super immature. And it's all about how they responded to life. Did they pass those tests or did they fail those tests? And are they in remedial repeating it over again?
Not the remedial. Speedy?
Remedial life. That's what it is. Remedial life.
Said that already. Thank you for coming, Dad.
Oh, yeah. I had to get out my son's room. It was kicking me out.
Oh wow. kids just kick you out the room. Like yeah, go ahead with all of that.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
Like, that's too mature.
Back in the day, I would have been like, now, son, you don't have a room anymore. You just jeopardized your livelihood, kicking me out. No.
Where's my drill? No more door.
No more door.
No locked doors for anyone.
Take the door
off the hinges.
Yo, I think that was our last question, right?
Yep.
Look at one more. I thought it was 6.
Oh, is it 6? No, they're 2-part questions. Either way, that's what we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining us.
I have one question. I have a question before we wrap it up. We got a little time. One question. If you can tell yourself something at 20 to help you get to 30 in a better way, what would you tell yourself? So if you can tell yourself something, if you could go back in time, speak to the past you and tell yourself something that would make your getting to 30 better or improve your life, what would you have told yourself at 20?
Okay, so I would
stop lying to yourself.
You had the answer already.
Stop lying.
Elaborate. What do you mean stop lying to yourself?
I feel like a lot of things I did in my 20s that I'll do in my 30s, it was just more like I second guessed myself a lot. Where it was more like I knew I could have did this, but I didn't. And then it was just like I would find ways, excuses and things of why I didn't reach that goal or why I didn't take that chance. It was more like you be lying to yourself. You know, like you know you want to do this. You know you want to be real with yourself. Like go after what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Go do it. So I'm gonna stop lying to myself. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Like I'm gonna start believing more in myself. Like I know I can do it. Stop taking the easy road out. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop believing that you can't. Stop telling yourself that you can't. Just stop lying to yourself. Be real with it. I'm gonna be real with me first. That's it. Drop mic.
That's the mic on them. So something I would tell myself in my 20s is to maybe take life a little bit serious in aspects of like being financially savvy. Like I would blow the money like it's no tomorrow. Like I hit no, for real, because I just be thinking about all the money that I ever spend, and I be like, girl, you should have this, right? I wouldn't trade those experiences. I would have more experiences and more memories, like with my kids, and not be so much like I want to say like into myself or career driven, because you're gonna get if you got it, you got it. Like what's for you is for you, and you're gonna have it regardless. Like so, don't think you gotta work super hard to get it. I feel like I owe it, and then stop procrastinating. 20s,
you hit the nail on the head right there,
Yes.
right there.
Brooklyn told y'all earlier, that's my sister. She be like, sister, I just don't understand. You like got $1 million mind in there, and I don't know what's wrong. So I don't know what's wrong either. So
go out and do that.
Go for it. And then I do understand what B is saying as far as stop lying to yourself. And then on top of that, stop being easily accessible. Stop giving people your time and your attention that do not deserve you. Having to win the met me. If I go back and tell them, I'll be like, nope, run. Run. Thomas, what would you say to your 20-year-old self? That was so long ago. No, I'm just playing.
Oh wow. My 20-year-old self, I probably would tell my 20-year-old self to just keep going and don't be afraid.
That's right.
I mean, like, just keep going. Don't look back. Like, the things that people say and how they see or whatever from your younger self, that's not your future you. Just keep grinding. Keep grinding regardless of what anybody say, because you're gonna get there. Like my sister said, so much money, boy, I tell you.
That's right.
And I'm trying to figure out where it's at. Like, so
point me to the right
tell my
direction.
20-year-old, just keep grinding.
Keep grinding and keep growing.
Keep grinding, definitely.
Yeah.
Speedy, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self. Invest in yourself more. Definitely don't lie to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. And dream bigger. That's what I would definitely tell myself.
Good one. That's a good one.
Go after every goal. Go after it all.
Dream bigger, definitely. Like, we sell ourselves short all the time. Or our situations sell us short. We always find a way for a scapegoat. So, just invest and dream. And like you said, believe in yourself, and everything else will fall in place.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
love this.
Listen.
This is motivating me more.
I had fun.
I did too. I love this. I really do. I never did this before, so to come out and to speak like this is great.
I'm so happy you guys are here.
I enjoy your energy, so listen, keep pouring out that good energy you got, that you just got. Turning 30, don't let nobody change that energy, because that right there, you'll change a lot.
Yeah, I'm really not. And
Hold
before
up,
we
wait a
end,
minute. Hold on. Wait, I don't got one Mason to get off the hook with this. He gave us
Yeah, I'm waiting for Mason to come in.
You always give me with that. I swear.
He was sliding. I wasn't going to rat you out neither, Mason.
Nah, Kori always gets me with that. She pays attention to me and knows when I'm trying to, like, all right, just ask a question and just sit back and listen to everybody.
The speak his way up out of that.
Yeah, she's the only one that knows. But Speedy's catching on real quick too now, apparently. No, but honestly, I would tell myself, trust myself. I think I didn't trust myself enough. And that has a lot to do with confidence, and just be confident in myself. Like, I have it. I just need to, like, do it. The things that I want, things, you know what I'm saying? And be bigger than what you're good at. So I'm good at certain things, but that's not where my path is leading. My path is leading to other things. So it's like, just don't settle for what you're good at. I can make a lot of money being what I'm good at, but I can be happy and make a lot of money doing what I want to do.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That's what I would tell myself.
That.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so happy here with everybody today. This was a good episode. Another one.
Can I say something before y'all close out real quick?
Yeah.
Penny, when you say you turn 30, you had an emotional, I understand. I turned 37 and asked my sister. I cried every day of my vacation in Jamaica. Why? I don't know. But it's different. Some people don't get this far. So
that's right.
You got to be grateful for the little bit that you got.
I am. That's why I'm like, I can't.
When I say I understand, I thought I was the only one. When I say I cried like a baby, and I'm an emotional gangster, I cried like a baby on my birthday. I don't know why.
You know what?
I didn't know I was crying. I was like, I'm gonna just cry because that's what I want to do. It's my birthday.
I was so upset. I kept messing up my makeup. I couldn't stop crying. Didn't know why.
My lash was just burning, and I'm just sitting there like, yes, everything's gonna be okay. It was happy tears, and I was just like, what is going on? And
you are not alone, girl.
That day went by so smooth. Like, my Lakers won on my birthday. Shout out to my Lakers. We doing bad. People know. But shout out to the Lakers.
That's those old men.
Shout out to those old men. Did you hear what he said, y'all? Oh my God, we're not even gonna start this conversation right now.
What is that?
But
that's what those old men. That's what those old men. You don't want to shout them out?
Old men.
They're not old. They're very seasoned.
Shout out to those seasoned men. Shout out to those men. Let me cut that adjective out. Shout out to those men. Shout out to my man LeBron. I'm a big LeBron fan.
Shout out to
LeBron.
Anthony Davis.
Shout out to Anthony Davis.
My number 2 favorite basketball player, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, is my number 1. But Anthony Davis is my number 2. Definitely, always and forever.
What's going on with the Suns, Kori?
So what an elder had told me in the past was that
change the subject.
Whether it's 30, 40, 27, 21, every year you get better and you get greater. Like every 1 year is going to change a different thing in life if you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do the work.
Yeah.
It's important to do the work and know your personnel. That's the thing here, Hush Your Mouth. Know yourself, your personnel, and your people that you deal with are your personnel. Before we go, we had some comments. I thought it was super cute that Brooklyn's husband came. He said he was late. He missed it, but he made sure he said hey. He said hey to everybody. He said, don't stop for nobody, not even a second. Learn the thing I know now earlier. Sometimes the road to success is the road to later in life. We try to double back to that. That is what he would tell his younger self. My granddad had me working for myself from 12 to 15, and that was something I didn't think about until later in life. So seize the moment.
That was so nice. Black love. I love it. That's when a man know your love language, it's like everything. He knows you, and for him to come up in and just say that, like that means everything. God bless y'all, for real. Like, you don't get men like that no more.
She said, "I'm dating. I'm out here. I'm gonna tell you what it's like. It ain't like that."
Hollywood recommend. No, but no. Shout out to my baby though for fixing a little something to make, just for him to stay. So shout out to him. I see you. I recognize you. That you're fixing little things, and I appreciate that. I don't appreciate it, but you made your mistake, so shout out.
No, wait, I'm out. All right, well, thank you. Shouting him out. She said you made your mistake. And that's
Black love.
All right, so y'all already know. Y'all can find us here every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:15. If you come on at 8:00, log in so you can comment and be in the comments. We love our Hush Your Mouth family. We love to talk to y'all and have this open conversation. Everybody can't be on the screen at once, but y'all can be in the comments, and we love that. Y'all already know I'm your girl, Kori Deez, aka lemon_squeeze3 on Instagram. Follow me there. Follow us also on the Hush Your Mouth ENT page on Instagram as well. This goes live on Facebook and Instagram. Promote, share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys can know when we are live. And Brooklyn, where they can find you at? What's going on?
You guys can find me at A Lady's Promise Boutique on Instagram, or you can find me on Brooklyn Goes Ham on Instagram. Yeah. And at the bottom of Hush Your Mouth on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hair and wig coloring.
Yes, I got wigs, I got lashes, you name it. I braid, I color, I'm the color guy, you name it, I do it. Hit me up at A Lady's Promise, and I got you.
And I got deals.
Oh yeah,
support small business
right now until January, so let's get it.
Right. Get them good sales, y'all. Get them good sales. They're not like a good sale.
Where to find you at?
On IG, Fee __ Faye FAYE, and Facebook is my first and last name. Fiona. That's how you pronounce my name, because people pronounce it Fiona, and I don't see no O. But it's Fiona. But you call me Fee for sure. But IG is definitely the best place to find me at? Fee__Faye.
Okay.
As always, you can find me on Instagram at YNVS_ it's Mason. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday rocking out with you guys. Also, don't forget, as Kori said, follow us on IG, Hush Your Mouth _ENT. Log in, subscribe, put on your notifications. Make sure if you're on right now, go back out, like this video. Yeah.
Until next time, y'all already know. Speak out
Yeah.
or hush your mouth.
We out.